Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my year-end empties, and just like last year I saved up all my makeup empties from the whole entire year in a bag, and I'm going to go over them now. Just like last year, I am going to total up the money that I spent or used up, I guess, in product and have that at the end of the video. I just haven't looked up all that information yet, so I'm going to do that after I'm done filming this. But I was really nervous to do this video, to be honest, because last year I used up a bunch of stuff and I knew that I didn't do as well this year just because the last 6 months or so I just haven't been wearing a full face of makeup every day. And in 2015 I wore a full face of makeup, if not 5 days a week, like 6 days a week, some weeks even every day. So obviously that kind of cuts down on the amount of progress you can make. So just like last year, I sorted everything into kind of categories, and so we're going to go through each category and talk about what I used up. So I'm going to start in the upper left hand corner with like face products. Alright, so I have 4 foundations here. I have this Laura Mercier foundation, and I rewatched my year-end empties from last year like a day or two ago, and I'm pretty sure I put that one in there. I think what happened was I thought it was pretty much done for, and then I squeezed it out and there was a bunch left, and so I had that in like a jar, and then I used that up. So I think at the point I filmed this last year, I didn't think it was gonna last me the rest of the year, and then I did that and it lasted me longer than I thought. So if I included that in my total last year, I'm not gonna include it this year. I'll notate at the bottom of this if I'm including it or not, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't really count. And so I used up 2 others. I used the CoverGirl 3-in-1 and then the Healthy Mix Serum Foundation from Bourjois, as well as the travel size of the It Cosmetics CC Plus Cream. I believe that's in the shade Light. That was just a little one I bought at Ulta. Then I have 2 deluxe size face primers, and I know last year I used up 7 deluxe size face primers, so definitely less there. I also just don't have as many primers in my supply as I did last year, and it's not something I feel like I need to use. So if I don't have a sample of face primer, I just don't wear, I just kicked the camera. I just don't wear face primer. So that's part of the reason I didn't use up as many this year, is because I just don't have that many, and I kind of use them up as they come in. I used up 1 full-size face powder. That's the Neutrogena Shine Control, which you can see right there. And then we're going to go into color face products. So I have no bronzers I used up this year. I did hit pan on one, but I have a bunch of cream blushes, and I'm going to kind of show them to you. I'm not sure how I'm gonna incorporate this into how I figure out the prices, but I hit pan on these 2, but I decided to declutter them. So, I mean, I'm obviously not gonna show you all the makeup that I decluttered as part of my empties. That doesn't really make sense, but I feel like if I use up a substantial portion of it, then it deserves to be included. So I hit pan on tonic, as you can see. So I'll just use like maybe part of how much that is worth in the total. And then I also hit pan on Stila Gerbera. I used up most of ColourPop Prenup, but it was starting to just dry out, I think, a little bit. You can see how there's kind of like a, I don't know if you can see there, how it's like kind of cracked right there. And just whenever I put my brush in, like little clumps of the product would come out and be hard to blend in. So I decided to just call it a day, but you can see there's a huge amount of pan, and then it is high on the sides, but like it slopes down pretty good there. So I used most of this. So I'll probably just use the whole price of that one. And then I have my palette, my Pan That palette. I am filming this video a little bit early. I think it's December 10th. So I have 20 more days, 21 more days, 3 more weeks. But this is going to be called done at the end of the year, no matter how much I use up. So I did finish off caramel this year. And then I'll probably finish off candy. I'm pretty sure I can do that. And then however much is left in cobbler and pie at the end of the year, I'm just going to throw away. But I'm gonna just use the full price of this because I feel like I got my money's worth out of this palette for sure. So that is the Balm palette. So I've really cut down on my cream blushes this year, even though I didn't use up these three completely, or all of them completely. I used a bunch of them. I'm happy with that. I got my money's worth. I feel like you don't always have to use every drop of a product to get your money's worth. Like that ColourPop Prenup blush was $8. I wore that so much this year. I definitely feel like it was worth the $8 I spent. So so I am proud of that. No bronzers to show you this year. So I guess that's all the face products. Oh, I also have this beauty blender. It's over on this side. So that, calling it a day on that one. Now for eye stuff, let's start with brows. I have the Too Faced Bulletproof Brows in the shade Universal Brunette. I used up one of these in Universal Taupe last year. I have a deluxe size sample of this Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I have Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, that's a full-size Brow Wiz in dark brown. And then I had this pencil from Soap & Glory. Half of it was a brow pencil and the other half is like a brow highlight pencil type thing. I really don't like this side of it, so I only used up this side. So maybe I'll just cut the price in half when I do the math for everything. But I really did like that side, and if they sold it separately, I would probably repurchase it, to be honest. Then I have eye primers. I do have one cream eyeshadow base from LOC, that's right here, in the shade On Point. I used up one full-size Urban Decay primer potion in the shade Enigma, which is their limited edition shade for their women's empowerment charity. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I really like that one. And then I had all these samples, and I used up 6 of them. I had 8, but I threw away the minor sin ones because I don't like that. But I really like the original and the anti-aging versions. I hate Eden. Eden is just really pigmented, and so even if I use the smallest amount, I have trouble blending it in. And I didn't have that issue with Enigma, which also has a shade color to it, but that one blended in much better, and the shade matched my skin tone a lot better. So I don't like Eden. I liked all the other ones there though. So that's, what did I say, 7 primers out of my stash, and then 1 cream eyeshadow base. For eyeliners, I used up 3 liquid liners. I was really into gel liner this past year plus. So I was wearing my Inglot gel liner in black, and I have a ColourPop one in brown a lot during my internship. So that's part of the reason there aren't as many liners as last year. But in the last 6 months, I have gotten more into pencil liners. So I'm hoping that I'll have some more pencil liners in my empties next year. But I do have 2 this year. They're both, they were deluxe sizes from Urban Decay. One was in the shade Apathy, and one was in Black Market. And those were both from the Black Market holiday set from holiday 2013. Alright, and then when it comes to mascaras, I had 3 full size, 1 primer, which was the Real Tinted Primer, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is that right? No, 6 deluxe size samples of mascara. So my mascara game was definitely on point. I still used up a bunch of mascara this year. I was pretty surprised when I kept pulling them out of the bag, because I was really afraid there was going to be almost nothing in my year-end empties bag this year. I guess I'll also mention perfumes. I'm not going to put this in the price that I used up, but I have 7 little mini perfume samples. I don't know that I put every perfume sample I used up in my year-end empties. I'm really bad at remembering to put perfumes and nail polishes in my year-end empties bag, but since I found 7 in there, I thought I'd show them to you. And speaking of nail polish, there were only 4 in there. I feel like I probably used up at least 1 more Nail Envy or something that I didn't put in there. But I have 1 Nail Envy, 2 top coats, 1 from Essie and 1 from Sally Hansen, and then 1 of my mini polishes that was in my project polish that last year. This was from the OPI Gwen Stefani Holiday Collection from Holiday. It came out in January of 2014. So I guess that wasn't the holiday one. It was just a regular collection. Whatever. So then for eyeshadow, I have a few things to show you guys, and I'm pretty sure this is all the eyeshadows I fully panned this year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. So first off, I have my Smashbox Blue Eyes palette. This was in my Pan That palette this year. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I started using this and I hated it. So I did clear it all out, but I didn't use all of these. I only used these two. And then I scraped the rest out of there just because I wanted to see what a completely empty palette looked like. So I'm not sure how I'm going to calculate the price of this. I'll probably, like, it's not fair to say I used up the whole thing, which I think was like 40 bucks. So I'll probably just, you know, divide that by 6 and do the price for each of the ones I did use up. But it is pretty cool to see this completely empty palette. Alright, this is my Lorac Pro. I had this in my video of last year as well. I don't think I included the total since it wasn't completely used up, and I'm also not going to include it in this year's total because it's not completely used up. I feel like I should have done a partial total though, because it seems kind of silly to like throw this into the total next year when I will only have a few to use up in 2017, but whatever. That's how we did it, so that's how I'll stick to it. So last year I had used up 9 of these shadows, and this year I used up 3 more. I used up light bronze, pewter, and black. And I've also made a lot of progress on deep purple, and I hit pan on mauve. So I really wanted this to be completely empty in this video. That was my goal, I think I said last year, and it didn't really happen, but I am pretty confident that it will happen for 2017. So hopefully next year in this video I will show you guys this and there'll be nothing left in it. And then the other shadow that I used up was Buff from the Lorac Pro 2, which is right there. Black broke and shattered. I don't know if that was this year or last year, but that one's empty in here too. And I did hit pan on Jade in one of my projects, but wanted to show that I did use up another eyeshadow. So I guess that's 4 total eyeshadows that I panned this year, which are, well, 4 from the Lorac Pros and then 2. So I used up 6 eyeshadows this year. Definitely could have done better on the eyeshadows. Alright, so the last category is lips. I used up 1 lip liner. I didn't use it up completely. When it got closer to the end, it broke off, but I did use up a lot of it in one of my projects. And then I used up 4 lip balms. I have the Farmer's Market Lip Balm, Posy Balm, Dark and Stormy, and the Fresh Sugar one in the shade Petal. I used up the Clinique stick in Fuller Fig completely. I didn't use up all of Chunky Cherry. I just decluttered it, but I did use up a portion of it, so I threw it in here just because I didn't love the shade. I used up the deluxe size sample of Rikugian right down there from NARS, and then that little mini lip gloss. So I'm not the best at painting lip products, as we all know, but I did use up at least 1 full size this year. Hopefully I can use up more than 1 full size next year. Alright, so let's zoom out. Alright, so once again, this is kind of an overview of everything I used up. I was kind of happy when I opened this because there was more than I thought there was going to be. I will put the total of what I used up right here. And yeah, I think I'm also going to do a video of how much money I spent on makeup this year at Sephora and Ulta. So I think it'll be fun to compare this number to that. I'll probably, I guess since I don't know the number yet, I'll either film like a little outro where I talk about that, or I might have a year follow-up of my kind of low-buy finale that I'll talk about it in, or I'll just like type out something at the end of this video. So I'll share with you the comparison somewhere at some point, or maybe it'll be at the end of the the video where I talk about how much money I spent. I don't know, you'll see it somewhere if you don't see it now, so I will stop blabbering on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. If you did one of these videos, let me know because I love watching them too. Alright, bye.